When I was in college, actually, my first coach told me that I couldn't dance. And I said, no, I'm going to dance because this is what I do, you know? Um, so first I want to say track and field, or me running, was something that I did. It was a challenge. It was something that I loved to do because it was so challenging. It was so difficult, and not everyone can do it. You know, for me to be able to do that, that was so rewarding. However, when I danced, I felt like that was my passion. I felt like there was no hardness to it, no difficulty to it. It was just what I did because I loved it. However, being a professional dancer, it's much more challenging now. But I want to say that both of them helped each other. Being a dancer now and being an athlete, as far as like a track and field athlete, I have great stamina. A lot of times when I attack movement, it could be attacked in a more, I want to say, non-dancey way, which is a lot of times rewarded. You know, a lot of times when you think of a dancer, you think of, you know, very elegant and very poised. And sometimes with dancing, it's not always beautiful. Sometimes it has to be ugly or it has to be stiff because that's what the movement calls for. So I feel like when it comes to really athletic movement and, you know, challenging movements like jumps and turns and leaps, I feel like, you know, I'm not afraid to do that. I want to get really, really high, and I think that that's where my athletic training came in as far as like being a runner. But I feel like also being a runner when I was a dancer, and times when I would get tired, I felt like knowing that grace of being a dancer and not clenching and not straining, to know just to breathe through it, I feel like that's where my dancing helped my running. So I feel like they both helped each other, you know, in different ways.